Hello everybody, it's Mia. This is red pen and eyeliner, the eyeliner part, and a little bit of the pen because we're talking about books today in the makeup book tag. So I'm about to do this look and I'm going to tell you a little bit more about it and the products I use, and we're going to talk about books. Okay, so I'm ready, and the first thing is primer. I'm using an e.l.f. primer, and the question is pick a book that left a lasting impression. So I'm going to pick Hurt Go Happy by Ginny Rohrby. It is one of the only books that I have read more than once, and it was such a beautiful little book. It is, I believe, middle grade, but I read it probably 7 times between, I want to say 3rd grade and 7th grade. Okay, so I go out of order here a little bit because, so I don't follow the usual order. I've seen makeup videos and I know what order I should be doing and I understand why, but this is the way I was taught and it's the way that I find works best for me. So I'm going to put concealer on first, and I have Tarte Shape in the shade Fair Neutral. And the question is, pick a character you wish you could get rid of. This one's a hard one because, like, even characters I don't like, I see the purpose of. I've actually been thinking about this one for a while, but I still don't have an answer, really. So I'm gonna take this time to think about it a little bit. Is there a book? Can I say a book that I wish didn't exist? Because there's a lot of characters in the book. Okay, so now I'm gonna get to the foundation. I'm using a Bare Minerals foundation. Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children by Ransom Riggs. It's a really great series. I actually haven't read beyond the first book because I need to reread it because it was so long between me finishing the book, me reading other books, and getting the second in the trilogy. I think it's a trilogy. So it's still on my shelf with Hollow City. And I just think it's a really great book. It hooked me, it was well written, it's a fun idea, concept for a series, and I look forward to reading the other books. Ooh, yeah, we are going way out of order. So next, there's no bronzer on here. There's no bronzer on here. That's fine, I'm just gonna do it. Maybe I'll think of a question for bronzer while or I won't be able to open my bronzer, that's fun. Also using a bronzer from Bare Minerals if I can open it, and I can't, so we're gonna use a different thing. Does no one... I'm actually surprised that there isn't a question for this. So I'm using a Profusion kit. I don't know, it was on sale. I don't know the colors, so I'm gonna use this second one with whatever brush it came with, and okay, so for blush, I'm gonna use it's one of my favorite blushes. It's Party from Tarte. I got it for my birthday because birthday. And I'm gonna use a blush brush from e.l.f. So blush, the question is pick a book that had some cringe-worthy romance. So the main character's sister finds this guy, I don't even remember. She meets this guy, she dates him or whatever, they're gonna get married. So the main character says to this guy, this fiance, boyfriend, whoever he is to her sister at this moment, she says, "You better treat her like a queen." And he says, "I will, because she is a queen, the queen of my heart." And I gagged. I still, no. Okay, what's next? What do I do next? Highlighter. I'm using Makeup Revolution Triple Baked Highlighter in Goddess of Faith. It's really pretty, I love it. It's my favorite highlighter. It's one of 3 highlighters I own, so I don't really have a lot of choice in that, but you know, it's pretty. So the question for this one, pick a book that brightened your day. And inspiring. It's called Steal Like an Artist. And it's just like 10 really inspiring thoughts about art and making art, and I really like it. And I usually put a lot of colors on my eyes, but for the sake of this video, that's upside down. I'm not gonna do a million colors. What could I do? I'm gonna do a pop of color right in the inner corner of my eye. So I'm gonna put this e.l.f. eye primer on. It's a sheer color, but it also is kind of close to my skin tone, so I don't know how it would work on darker skin tones. I don't know if they have other options, because I'm really pale. Aura All Over Shadow brush. This is what it looks like. And I'm going to take from my Sweet Peach palette from Too Faced. It's my favorite palette. Peaches and Cream, which is right here in the bottom left corner. And I'm just gonna put that kind of all over my eyes, as one might expect with an all over shadow brush. And next I'm going to take one of my favorite shadows. It's ColourPop in Banana Daiquiri. It's a Super Shock Shadow. And I'm going to put that on the inner corner, and I'm just going to use my finger for that. So the question for eyeshadow is pick a book that has your favorite colors on the cover. And my favorite color is blue. And I'm going to pick the book Pathfinder. I can't think of who wrote it. I haven't read it yet, it's still on my bookshelf, but it's such a pretty cover because it's pretty much all blue and there's a nice sword on the cover. That's cool. Okay, so now that that's done, we're gonna get into some eyeliner. And I'm gonna use NYX Black retractable eyeliner on my lower lash line. And where is it? So eyeliner is pick a dark and mysterious book. And I'm going to pick the book that I'm currently reading. Oh, I did my nails earlier, so I've got a little pink in my hand. So the book I'm currently reading is Stephen King's Salem's Lot. And that's dark and mysterious because it's Stephen King. And it's dark and mysterious. I don't know what else to tell you. So I slipped a little bit and had to make them a little longer than planned, but that's fine. So next I'm going to put on some mascara, and I know everybody hates it, but the sample of Better Than Sex is fine, so I'm going to use it. For the look from a pencil. So, here we go. The question is, eyebrows. Pick a book that you think everyone should read. So, there are 3 books that I recommend to everyone, no matter what they usually read. And that is what I mentioned before, which is Hurt Go Happy by Ginny Rorby. I also recommend The Winter's Sea by Susanna Kearsley. So I've already discussed Hurt Go Happy a little bit, but it is about a deaf girl who meets a man and his monkey, chimpanzee, in the forest woods area by her house, and they teach her sign language. And the book also teaches you sign language, or at least it does in the one I have. It teaches you the alphabet and numbers. The Winter's Sea is really interesting because it's about a writer, and you read the story about her, but then you also read the story that she's writing. I did slip up. No, almost about that. But Between Shades of Grey is set during World War II, the Holocaust in, I believe, Lithuania and Russia, and that one is a young adult book, and The Winter's Sea is an adult fiction book, regular fiction, I guess. It's all fiction, it's just how they classify it in the bookstore. Or your library, whichever. I got it at Sam's Club, so. Or Costco, or some store. And we're back with normal eyebrows. Ha 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 ha. I haven't even picked out a lipstick. Oh, so I'm gonna use, I do lip liner and fill in my lips a little bit. I'm using Automatic Lip Liner in Fresh. It's a nice pink. It's gone away. And then I'm using a Lil Lippy from ColourPop in ASAP. And I'm just going to blot it a little bit because it's really bright. So I would say that my favorite book kiss, and I'm trying to think of one. Really, the only one that I can think of right now is the kiss in Salem's Lot, because I'm reading it. presently, at the present time, and it did happen a while ago, from the point that I'm at now. If you haven't read it, spoilers, but it's the kiss between Ben and Susan. They get a little frisky. You know, they're an alright couple, so I guess that's my favorite kiss. I don't really have one, I guess. And have I gone through everything? Except for, it says finishing powder. I use a setting spray. I'm using, again, e.l.f. brand Makeup Mist and Set. And the question is, pick your favorite last book in a series. So in the videos I've watched for this tag, everyone has pretty much tried to avoid Harry Potter, or they just did, I don't know. But my favorite last book in a series is going to be Deathly Hallows, because it's a good book, and it's probably my favorite Harry Potter book. Thank you so much for watching. I did end up changing my lip color. It's a little bit darker. It's Wet n Wild's Liquid Catsuit in the shade Give Me Mocha. And it's supposed to stay on a pretty long time. I haven't worn it in a while, but it's much duller than ASAP. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Please come back for more. Like, subscribe, and comment if you want to see more, if you have suggestions, or if you want to hear me talk about a certain book or a certain makeup style.